Welcome back, Raider Nation. This is Raider Personnel. Your host,
Raider
Ken,
fans,
Raider
Raiders.
Ken, Raider Mac.
In your heart, in your eyes, in your screen, waiting for the season.
Hell
Raiders.
yeah. OTAs are
Raiders, Raiders,
out, players
Raiders.
are ready, and we're here to talk about the D line. How the hell are we going to
Mm-hmm.
win in this
Bow,
freaking
bow,
tough division?
bow.
I mean, this is probably one of the toughest divisions in the league right now, man.
Oh, yeah.
We have to get to where the Eagles were and putting Mahomes on his back.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on the D line, bro?
Kermit.
What are you going to tell me?
Well,
Kermit.
man, D-line, last year, the whole prediction of being 14-3 was because of, my
Yeah.
belief in Malcolm Koonce in the D-line.
Yeah.
So and now I'm on that wave right now. Like Malcolm Koonce, he's my breakout player that I'm hoping for, the star player that's going to turn it around. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like he'll get like re-signed in the middle of the season. They're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, he's legit," and that's where it begins. I mean, look, we're missing Wilkinson, so that one definitely hurts. That one
Yeah.
definitely hurts a lot because he's a pass rushing D tackle. But we have potential to replace, not everything he does, but at least cover up the hole for a bit. But
Yeah.
Malcolm Koonce and Crosby hitting that corner. Oh man, that's what I'm
Yeah.
waiting for, man. That's
Yeah.
that's where I think our base of our defense and our success will
Mm.
be with those two guys, and whatever we can get out of the middle. So yeah,
Very true.
that D line
Very
would
true.
take
I'm
us.
excited to see
Mhm.
that happen. I'm excited to see, if Wilkinson get back, but unfortunately the news has been really, really bad, right? He's been in a boot and this and that,
Mhm.
but this is all could be just, I don't know, just giving him time to heal
Yeah,
fully and be ready, hopefully, just before, the preseason games. But
yeah,
and in the meantime, you said Butler can hold it fort, or we got guys
right.
like Lecky Fotu, right?
Yeah.
Who else? Those guys that can sit there and handle that business for the meantime.
Yep. Yep.
But I
And we still
definitely want
got
to see that
Tonka.
competition. That's right.
Mm,
Yep, Tonka. With the
yeah.
competition though between this guy Tyree Wilson, Tyree Wilson and Malcolm Koonce, man. I think
Hmm.
once Wilkinson gets back, I think they'll fill in the hole. If in the meantime again, and that's the one that's going to matter. You think Tyree will play a part basically in this D line? You think he's going to do something? This is his third year.
This is make or break. Like when the season's over, they're gonna have to figure out if they want to extend his, fifth year option, and
Yeah.
or unless they already did. But this is it. Like he has to show up. Now, my belief in what Malcolm Kuntz can be doesn't think that he'll, cut it as a starter. That's because I think Malcolm Kuntz can be that guy.
Right.
What he can do is depth. Or, the other thing would be is like, a couple years ago, he was like really good rating playing as a defensive tackle. I think more of a pass rusher, but that was probably his best rating. So, for a
Mm-hmm.
man that strong, maybe we take a chance, like change of position, more playing time, see what he can do.
Yeah.
That can be a way, but I can't see him supplanting Kuntz. Kuntz is fast,
Right.
long arms, strong. Crosby kept talking about his techniques. He was like, it's one thing if to have be long arm and fast, but the technique that he's also showing, talking about Kuntz when he had him on the podcast, and he was
Yeah.
saying it was just unbelievable. And I mean, we saw that he looked almost unstoppable the year he broke out with AP. I was like, you ain't stopping him. That was the game that
Right.
we
Right.
beat the shit out of Mahomes,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. 8
that was
sacks,
all D
2023.
line. Yeah, that was Jack Jones had the interception return where he was staring him
Yep.
down. That was because of
Yep.
the D line. They had to make
Yep.
moves like that
Yep.
because they knew Koontz was in him. So,
That's true.
and that's where all my belief is going. If that D line is up, the corners will do their job because they don't have to worry about like the man, their receivers breaking off
Yeah.
route
Run
and
it.
doing
Yeah. Yeah.
plays. Yeah, you know, the quarterbacks be worried about that monster of a D line. He'll make mistakes, throw it too soon, or throw it too late, throw it to the wrong person. So yeah, our season goes based on that D line. Like I like Gino Smith and Ashton Genty, and like all the reports from the camp is like he's that guy, Gino
Yeah.
Smith. Well, both of them,
Yeah.
but we don't. we won't go as far as our D line goes. Bo Nick
Exactly.
sucks, so I'm not worried about the Broncos. But Justin Herbert and Patrick Mahomes, like
Yeah.
they're legit quarterbacks. And what's his name? Harbaugh likes to build the O line and the D line, so their O line is going to be legit.
The trenches.
And
Yeah.
then yeah, the Chiefs, bitch Mahomes by himself. You have to take time away from him. You have to take away the
Right.
options to go to his other receivers,
Very true. And
and yeah,
I look and I noticed that though last year in Malcolm Koonce's absence, Tyree
yeah,
stepped up. Tyree made a difference. And of course,
hmm
he only came out with 3.5 sacks for the year.
yeah,
But I think it's progress. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I like to see him get out there. Maybe he didn't have the 8 sacks that
hmm
Koonce had in 23, but at
Yeah.
the same time he participated, and even
Right.
at times when he didn't get anything, he was
hmm
pushing that O line back. So
Yeah. Exactly.
yeah,
I mean, sacks is the flashy stats. There's just it's just so much more
right,
into playing the D line.
yeah,
And tackles for loss, or just holding up your man for the other guy to
right,
make the play. Clogging the line, like all of that matters,
yeah,
and that's the stats that you don't see.
yeah,
So, and it's tough because there's no advanced metrics for that either. You just having them tell us like, hey, with game tape, this guy, you ain't moving him,
yeah.
and that's what you usually hear. So,
Yeah,
but
I
yeah,
mean, you see it. You see him also studying in the backfield. He's looking at
yeah,
the ball, not necessarily
yeah,
anticipating the play. Right? He's looking for.
yeah.
He might say, "Okay, this is a run play," but you can see him keeping his eye on the ball
hmm
and following the ball and continuing his play. But then again, I gotta
Yeah.
give credit to Patrick Graham, man, for also putting up that D line as well, setting
PG.
it up for
Yeah.
yeah. So that's another reason why I think they signed him again, right, and brought him back.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's
I
just
mean, as soon as McDaniels was gone, there was no more restrictions. He let him be
right.
free. And that was when everything changed. Because yeah, we were talking about it earlier where I was like, yeah, once AP got in, but it was like it was
And
more
let
of
me correct you
AP
there.
just letting
It's Mick
PG
Shitsticks.
mix shit sticks. Yeah, mix cuck shit sticks. So,
Yeah.
and PG, everybody loves PG, man. All the defensive players love him. The way he talks, man, he's super smart. He's super calm, and that's the demeanor because we used to have Rex Ryan or Rob Ryan, the
Yeah, right,
crazy, hair all over,
right,
bald spot, spitting while he's yelling, and then we have this DC that's just like looks like he's just reading the situation, just playing it calm, and then
yeah,
so like a silent assassin, and that's what's dope about him. So I mean, the defense loves him. I know the D line coach we have. I forgot his name. I think it was Leonard or something. Like the players love him.
yeah. Leonard Sounds.
Leonard, yeah, the players love him. So we
Right,
got a good staff. So we got hope, man. We got hope. We got hope. Training
right,
camp is training camp. OTAs, 7-on-7. It's not the game.
right, right.
But
It's not the game.
we didn't hear a lot of this stuff our previous years. So we also never had a quarterback like Gino Smith since Rich Gannon. So
Right. No, and that's you mentioned we don't hear these things, and at the presser this last week or earlier this week, you
mhm.
know, bro, there was just nothing but positivity there. Even the
Yeah,
press was like, "Hey, this place feels different." Like, you
right.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
crazy, and every player had nothing but good things to say. And I mean, yeah, it's
yeah,
early, like you said, it's OTAs, right? You know what I mean?
yeah,
But I mean, I think when Shitsticks was there, people were already complaining, right? Everybody was like,
yeah,
"Oh, he's a hard ass."
yeah. I mean, and us as fans was already like the moment he said he was a coach. A lot
Yeah.
of us was like, "Ah, shit." And I immediately was
Mm.
like, "Dude, we just saw him with the Broncos. Like, what?" And so I was immediately not happy with it. But when
True.
people said Pete Carroll, a lot of people were like, "Oh no, Ben Johnson, but Pete Carroll, that's dope." I was like,
Yeah.
"Yeah, he's old,
Right.
but that's Pete Carroll." I was like the most sophisticated or most talented coach we've ever had.
My
So
favorite part of the presser is hearing Chip Kelly talk about, Gino talk about how he is. It's just having another coach, which is what
hmm
I've, I've read about Gino, that he's just
yeah,
another coach on the field. Like, you know what I mean? Helping other
yeah,
players become better players. And bro, I mean, that speaks volume
yeah,
in the place. Jacoby Myers was up there as well. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm
yeah. I was
excited."
about to say that.
You know what I mean?
hmm
Yeah. So
hmm
I'm super juiced at how they're feeling, and not only that, how he approached the damn thing. Right? He's like, the press, somebody in the press asked Jacoby Myers, "Hey, you ranked 1,000. How do you feel about being a senior guy?" He's like, "Hey, same shit, another day." So it's just getting to
exact
work.
quote by quote. Same shit, different day, bro.
Yeah.
It's like I just
Yeah.
don't drop.
So, and I love that, bro. And that
Yeah,
speaks volumes, man.
yeah,
So your
yeah.
thoughts
Just to
on
add
the pressure?
on, yeah, just to add on, and Jacoby even said like, there are times where I've even messed up because I'm always trying to learn, and Gino's
Yeah.
right there telling me what I did wrong and
Yeah.
how I should approach it. Like they recognize the work that he's putting in. And after what last year is, you can still
Yeah.
see that Jacoby especially kept it level. Like he wasn't overexcited. He was like, we kind of get that feeling that in his mind, he was like, we still need to put the work in. Like everything looks good, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's
Yeah.
take it day by day. And same thing with Brock. I got the same feel out of him. The Geno Smith one was good. I love because he was just talking about like the leadership. When people even asked him, he's like, "Hey man, so we hear a lot of good things about you're a great leader on and off." And all he was like, "Man, I appreciate you
Yeah.
telling me that. Thank you." And he was like, "That's the most important thing is to let these guys know like I'm here for them no matter what."
Right.
Chip is a great coach. And then Chip was just like, "Yeah, it's a cheat code to have Geno. Like he can literally do anything. He's a lot more athletic than y'all think. He can make plays with his feet." So yeah, man, I'm excited,
True.
man. So
Yeah. No, Chip mentioned that he can run more than what people give him credit for, and so that shit
yeah,
was that's great because now you
yeah,
have the diversity, right? Not only do you
yeah,
have Genty back there, but you also got to watch out for the quarterback, right? Emmitt
yeah,
Smith.
man.
So
You could do one bootleg play.
yeah,
Everybody thinks Gentry's got the ball. You
yeah,
shift it right, then
yeah.
Thornton or Brock Bowers is right downfield, and he's just like, "I'm gonna just take it."
Bro, I can totally see that. I
Yeah,
can
and
totally
then
see that
Jack
too, man.
Betch just knocking corners on their asses
Yeah,
to get open.
yeah. I didn't
I
hear
heard
too much
that
about
dude.
him though.
Oh, you didn't? I
Well,
heard
not in
they
the
can't
presser.
keep him in check. I heard that he's
Okay,
always
okay,
open.
okay.
So yeah, I heard he's putting in work. I heard
That's
that
my
there's a
draft pick
very
right
good
there.
chance that he could be the number 2
Yeah,
over Trey Tucker.
nice.
I heard that
Okay.
a
I
lot.
mean, I like Trey Tucker as well. I like the
I
speed.
like
I
him a
like
lot too.
the
Yeah.
sweeps that he participated in last
Yep.
year and things
Veteran
like that.
receiver
So,
too.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm
So I
But
hope he makes it as well. But damn,
If Besh is
yeah,
putting that work in,
Besh, yeah.
and he's blocking that run play. Another
For
thing,
sure, man.
Darian Porter, corner, but Thornton Jr., I heard people were
Hmm.
like, this dude is not just a burner. Like, this dude's an actual ball player. Like, he'll hit those routes. He hits those slants. They're
Nice,
saying a lot of good things about him, too.
nice.
That one's exciting because that's the dude that's like 6'6", running like a 4.2 or 4 or something like. So, yeah. I'm
Well, we're
excited.
gonna
But
we're gonna
I don't
talk
want to get
about the
too
receivers
excited.
next week.
Yeah.
We're
Yeah.
gonna
Don't
talk
get
about
too
the receivers
excited.
next week. I
I
think
might be like, we're
we're gonna
15
look
and
into
2
this.
this week.
We're not hearing too much about this. I don't know where you're getting your source from, but we're gonna look into it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next week. Watch this whole week. They're all bad. Well, you know what I said.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yep. Yep.
All right,
But
man.
it's
Thank you
good.
for watching.
Yeah.
Leave a comment. Leave a like. Radar
Raiders.
personnel.
Training camp. Here we come. Preseason.